Hey everybody, welcome back to Rolling Through Life. My name is Wanda, and I'm doing a little diamond painting today. And I kind of wanted to talk to you a little bit about how I've been feeling lately. I think a lot of people, they put on the internet of their depression. They're going through it. But nobody talks about how can they get themselves out of it. And sometimes I know it takes a while. Sometimes it takes me a couple of days. But we have to try on a daily basis to try and get ourselves out of it. Now, like this morning, I woke up in excruciating pain. Didn't even want to get out of bed. And my pain, a lot of times, it's the onset of depression. Sometimes we're disappointed about something. Something doesn't go exactly how we want. And as we know, I've been dealing with that a lot lately. And, yeah, just life. Life can really get us down. So, I'm going to talk about how we get out of the depression when life doesn't go our way and we have disappointments that can kind of make us sink into our depression a little bit more. And by sinking into it, I mean we let it take control. And, I'm not ignorant enough to know or to think you can just pull up your bootstraps and go on with life. Because sometimes that is impossible. But there are little steps that we can do. First thing we can do is just get out of bed. That's it. Just get out of bed. Comb your hair, wash your face, and, act like you're just going to get on with life today. And then even if you just sit on the couch, cry, or, just look at things that could be done that you're not doing. And then just do a small task. Just something small. Say, I don't know, you have a pile of bills sitting on your end table and you have not went through them yet. Now I know bills can be depressing, right? But it's life. Take care of one life problem. Just a small one. I'm not saying pay them, even though you have to pay them. Just kind of have in your mind of what you're going to have to budget this month. Alright, step 2. What do you love to do? A lot of times our love can overpower that depression. I have been on a kick of watching Descendants 1, 2, and 3 for the last couple weeks while I diamond paint. And there is a line in number 1 where Carlos says, wait, maybe good does overpower evil. And that's the same with depression. Maybe doing something that we love will start bringing us out of our depression. We may be doing what we love while we're crying, but then eventually you stop thinking so much and, you're down to sobs, you're down to sniffles, a little wine here and there, you know, and then you just start engrossing yourself into what you love to do. Like, I will sit here and diamond paint and cry, say life's not fair, you know, and as the old adage says, who says life is fair? But we still say it. It's not fair. I want to do this. I want to do that. I got to get out of this situation. And as you're sitting here, you're diamond painting, you're loving what you're making, you're cooking, painting, crocheting, whatever it is you love to do. And then you start coming up with ideas, you know, such as in my situation. Well, if I really want to move, maybe I can get just one box packed of stuff I know I'm not going to use for the winter. You know, just pack that one box. That gives me hope. Make a phone call to somebody that you haven't said hi to in a long time. And don't talk about your depression. You know, talk about something you used to love to do together. I am very serious when I think love overpowers evil. I think that was the best line in that movie. And we tend to forget that. You know, we tend to let depression just grab hold, and we give into it, and we sit there and we start whining and crying, and we tell everybody we're depressed. And not that you shouldn't share your feelings. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying you need to take steps to get yourself out of it, you know? Like today I woke up in so much pain. All I wanted to do was get into my wheelchair and get to my medication, take my medication, and go back to bed. But then I thought, well, I already took 5 minutes getting into my chair, so I might as well stay up. So I put my movie on and seen my diamond painting here and said, well, it's 3/4 of the way done. Maybe I can do a line or two. I did that line or two. I turned the video recorder off. And then I looked at it, rolled it, you know, to make sure everything was sticking correctly. And I'm like, you know, that color doesn't have that many drills to be laid. Let me go ahead and finish that. And then I found myself, I was sitting here and the battery ran out on my camera, which that battery had hour and a half on it. So, you know, I just started not thinking about the pain. Well, the pain medication did do a little bit of help there, but it doesn't, it's such a low dose, it doesn't take it all away. But I got to, you know, not thinking about it and not thinking about any of my hopes and dreams in the world. That can always come another day thinking about that. You know, the problems I've hit. And I've even had a couple more solutions of, you know, how I can get to my goal. You know, and that's all we need to do. We just need to take one step, you know, and yeah, maybe you will only do a line or two of diamond painting, or maybe painting one petal of a flower, you know, but you accomplished something. And if it didn't snowball from there, at least you tried, you know. And then you can go back to bed, cry, and give into it for a little while. But say 1, 2 o'clock rolls around, you're still not feeling good, you woke up from falling asleep, get up and try again. You know, we don't have to sit there and give in to depression. The world is not fair. And, you know, and I am thankful when I feel that way. I can come on my chat and I can talk to you. And then I wind up laughing within 20, 30 minutes. And maybe I'll bring it up again a couple of times. But you guys get me laughing. That's what friends do. Hiding away and not reaching out does not help your situation. We all need people to talk to when we're feeling low. And to me, if you don't reach out, all you're doing is trying to get depression a leg up. You're trying to let it take over your life. You know? I don't know. I do know medication is good for a lot of people. I personally stopped taking mine and use these steps when I don't feel right. And, you know, I go to my appointments. Heck, I've even cried on the bus a couple times. But it doesn't matter. Because at least I got up, got dressed to make my appointment. I did what was expected of me in life. And that's what you have to do. You know? I'm sorry, I know this sounds like maybe a scolding. But it's really not. I have so many of my subscribers, of my friends, who deal with this. And with winter coming up, it just seems like it's so easy to just, when anything goes wrong, that we let the depression take over. We give it that excuse. Stop giving it an excuse. Stop letting it come into your life so often. Because you just don't accomplish anything with it, you know? I have a really good friend on YouTube that lost something that she's tried so hard to gain. And you know who you are. But let me tell you something. Doing what you're doing, it has a very large learning curve. And sweetheart, you're going to fail more times than you can count until you have your success. All it is each time it goes wrong, you learn something new. And one day you will have that item that you want. I don't want to give out your name, so I'm not saying what the item is. But it's a learning curve. And just accept it as that. Have your good cry. Then get your butt back to your art. No excuses. You can do this. You know? Problems come up. Someone calls you about problems. Just say, hey, dude, not in the mood to hear it today. I'm having a rough time trying to dig myself out of this, how can we put it? This emotional grave. Yeah. Trying to dig yourself out of an emotional grave, and you just don't want to hear about their problems today. This person may be very close to you. Don't care. If they're over 18, I don't care. I got my own stuff to deal with today. I will help you tomorrow when I'm in a better mood, I promise. That's all you need to do. Because if if everything's crashing around you at once, pick out what's most important, or even what's easiest to solve. Dang it, sorry about that. The easiest to solve at that given time. I'm trying to find out where I'm at. Okay. And then deal with the one problem at one time. And then when you're over that problem, at least dealing with it emotionally, then you can go on with the next problem. Could it have increased since you decided not to deal with it? Sure, it could have. But it also could have worked itself out while you were dealing with the one thing that you need to deal with at the moment. You know, sometimes problems solve themselves out without your input. And the other person I'm very concerned about right now, I haven't heard from her in a couple days. Sweetheart, it'll work out. You have options for a temporary plan. Well, this light. You do have options to deal with it temporarily right now until a permanent solution comes up. Get out of bed, get your art supplies together, and do one small thing. Just one small thing. And you can always reach out to me. You do have my number. And, you know, I don't like talking on the phone, but I'll give you a half an hour. I will give you a half an hour to call and cry in my ear, but after that, you need to get on with it and try to fix it. You know, you may not fix it today, but you'll fix it. I have faith in you. And I think that's what a couple of you are lacking, is the faith. Remember, we may go through problems in life, and whether we see the outcome of the good on that, there is always a good outcome with a problem. You know? Always. You know, even if it's in death, down the road there will be a good outcome from what you're dealing with today. God has this. Stop dwelling. You know, that's what we have to remind ourselves. Stop dwelling in the negative. Because good does overpower evil every time. And honestly, I don't care if you're religious or not. But if you look at life, good overpowers evil. Every time. It may take a while, but God's time is not our time. And that's another thing we have to remember. God does not give us everything we want at that moment. You know, and it may not even turn out the way we want it to turn out. But it will turn out to benefit you. I do promise that. You will get through this. And if you don't, I'm going to have to get some airline tickets and sit down and get in your face. And you see how I am on chat. Get in your face and steer you in the right direction. Because I love you girls. And guys. I'm getting more guys on my chats. I like that. Different perspective. So, I just needed to put this out there. You know, one step at a time. Take a baby step. And then, you know, you'll get there. Stop letting depression define you and control you. Because life stops when you're depressed. Honestly. It really does. Because you're not doing anything to get to your target. So stop letting control you. Take your medicine. And if you're not taking medicine, your step one is to do something small. If you do take medicine, take your medicine. Step two is do something small. And see, even if you're crying, even if you feel like giving up, it's not worth it. And there's another person out there letting someone else control her feelings. Stop. Don't let someone else control your feelings. Okay? You're beautiful. You're all beautiful. Beautiful. You know, don't ever let anyone tell you otherwise. You're beautiful, you're smart, and if I talk to you, you damn well have something to offer in this world. So don't ever think different, because I just don't give my friendship out to everybody. I am very picky in my friends as well as my food. And you know how picky I am with that. So, just don't make me fly all over the world, please. I'm in too much pain to do that. And I don't want to take a bank loan out to fly over the world. It sounds like a good idea, but no, I don't want to do that. So, yeah, that's basically all I wanted to say today, because this time of year, with holidays coming close, and some of us up north, you know, we're going to be shut indoors for a while. We do have a tendency, actually, to let things crash around us. So that way we have an excuse to say we're depressed and not to do anything to deal with it. So I hope this has helped someone out there. If it didn't, I'm sorry. And I know I'm going to get a lot of comments, you know, oh, you're off medication, you don't know. Yeah, I do know what it is. There has been days that I've stayed in bed for days. But I have tried a new thing on life. Either I talk to a friend, I go live, or I do something I love. And those all three are good. So, to end this, yeah, I'm working all the way down here. You guys ain't even watching. To do this video was very important to me today, because I've just seen so much going on. Please, reach out to somebody. It doesn't have to be me. But if you need to talk, reach out to somebody. And then get your butt up and do something. That's it. I love you guys. And I sure do hope you can make your day a little brighter. Bye.